Chapter 15. Natural Calamities. Important terms: bumping, heavy blow, alter, to change, thrusting, violent push, cliffs, steep rocks, snow avalanche, huge mass of sliding snow, debris, remains, ruins, mythology, science of myths, beliefs, squeezed, pressed, trigger, start, inedible that cannot be eaten, calamity, natural disaster. The earth generally is a safe and peaceful place to live in, but sometimes natural disasters can upset our lives. We have no control over these calamities, but we can take precautionary measures to protect ourselves from these disasters. Some of these calamities are volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, floods, and tidal waves. These happen due to the disturbances going on within the earth. Earthquake. An earthquake happens when two blocks within the earth suddenly slip past one another. The surface where the slip is called fault or fault plane. The location below the earth's surface where the earthquake starts is called hypocenter. The location directly above the hypocenter on the surface of the earth is called epicenter. The largest or main earthquake is called main shock. Main shocks always have aftershocks that follow. Aftershocks are smaller earthquakes that occur afterwards in the same place as the main shock. Depending on the size of the main shock, aftershock can continue for weeks, months, and even years after the main shock. Hypocenter, epicenter, fault plane, earth, causes and places of occurrence. The earth has four major layers: inner core, outer core, mantle, and crust. The crust and top of the mantle make up a thin layer on the surface of our planet. But this layer is not one piece. It is made up of many pieces. These pieces keep moving around slowly, sliding past one another and bumping into one another on some occasions. These pieces are called tectonic plates, and the edges of the plates are called plate boundaries. The plate boundaries are made up of many faults, and most of the earthquakes around the world occur on these faults. Since the edges of the plate are rough, they get stuck while the rest of the plates keep moving. Finally, when the plate tends to move far enough, the edges dissociate on one of the faults, and thus there is an earthquake. Earthquakes are recorded by instruments called seismographs. The recording they make is called seismogram. The size of the earthquake is called magnitude. The intensity of the earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. This scale was invented by Charles Richter in 1935. Can we predict earthquakes? Scientists have tried different ways of predicting earthquakes, but none of them has been successful so far. On any particular fault, scientists know that there will be another earthquake sometime in future, but they have no way of telling when this earthquake will happen. Effects of earthquake. An earthquake sends shock waves that are strong enough for altering the surface of the earth, thrusting up cliffs and opening deep gorges in the ground. It can cause great damage like the collapse of buildings and other man-made structures. It can cause the breakdown of power and gas lines, thus causing fire. It also causes landslides, snow avalanches, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. Damage caused due to earthquake. Safety procedures during the course of an earthquake. If you're inside your house, do not try to run out of the building. Get under a bed or table. Cover your head and face with the help of a pillow, newspaper, blanket, etc. to protect yourself from falling debris. Never use the elevator during the course of an earthquake. That is because the electricity supply may be cut off, leaving you stuck up in the elevator. If you're outdoors, stay at a place till the earthquake stops. Do not stay near walls, buildings, lampposts, power poles, etc. Volcano. A volcano is a landform, usually a mountain, where molten rock erupts through the surface of the earth. Types of volcano. There are two different types of volcano: active volcano and extinct volcano. Active volcano. It is a volcano that has at least one eruption during the past 10,000 years. volcano could be erupting or dormant. Erupting volcano. An erupting volcano is an active volcano that is having an eruption. Example, Etna of the Mediterranean Sea. Dormant volcano. A dormant volcano is an active volcano that is not erupting but it is supposed to erupt again. Example, Fujiyama in Japan. Extinct volcano. Volcano that has not erupted for at least 10,000 years and is not expected to erupt again in a comparable time scale of the future. Example, Popa in Myanmar and Mount Kenya. Types of volcano: active, dormant, extinct. What causes volcanoes to erupt? The Earth's crust is made up of huge slabs called plates, which fit together like jigsaw puzzle. These plates move sometimes. Between the Earth's crust and the mantle, molten rocks and gases exist, which are called magma. When two plates collide, one section slides on the top of the other and one beneath is pushed down. Magma is squeezed up between the plates. When pressure builds up, it erupts. The liquid rocks and gases that flow out of a volcano are jointly called lava. The temperature of fresh lava ranges from 1300 Fahrenheit to 2000 Fahrenheit, 700 degrees Celsius to 1200 degrees Celsius. It becomes red hot to white hot even as it flows. Effects of volcanic eruption. Volcanoes trigger tsunamis, flash floods, earthquakes, mud flow and rock falls. Buildings are destroyed and people are made homeless. People are killed. Clouds of ash cover plants, thus making them inedible. Poisonous gases kill people and animals. Dust causes pneumonia and illness due to the survivals of volcanic eruptions. Dark skies, severe winds and heavy rains may follow an eruption for months afterwards. Tsunami. The term tsunami has its origin in the Japanese language whose English meaning is seismic sea waves. The tsunami is a high tidal wave which travels at a speed of more than 800 km per hour. These storm waves rise from the sea and come rolling towards the shore, thus causing destruction of life and property in the area of influence. Factual scope. On 26 December 2004, an earthquake measuring 9.0 on the Richter scale hit the coast of Indonesia. It triggered a massive tsunami that resulted in widespread death and destruction across 11 countries. Causes of tsunami. The drop down and upthrust of the Earth's crust result in earthquakes. The vast majority of tsunamis occurs due to earthquakes. A large-scale undersea landslide also triggers tsunami. Undersea volcanic eruption of a certain degree also results in a tsunami. Flood and drought. Flood is the overflow of large amount of water on the normally dry land. Flood occurs when the overflowing water submerges land and causes destruction. Flood quite often devastates large areas. It kills a lot of people and damages houses and crops. It kills domestic animals too. Flood may be of two types. Natural flood is caused naturally by overflowing of the huge column of water from rivers, lakes, oceans, heavy rains of downpours, cyclones, tsunamis, etc. Catastrophic flood is caused by some unexpected events like dam breakage, dam discharge, etc. Causes of flood. Heavy rainfall, heavy snow melting, high tides, storms, cyclones, etc. in coastal areas. Deforestation. Factoscope. The name volcano has its origin from the name of Vulcan, a god of fire in Roman mythology. Drought. If a particular area does not receive any rain or receives less rain than normal for a long period, it is said to be affected by drought. Hot dry winds, very high temperature, and evaporation of moisture from the ground can result in the conditions